and it's the top 5 guys in sports that you desperately want to see fail. A lot of people right now want to see LeBron James fail. But to talk about a little bit more about Mr. LeBron James and his arrival in South Florida, we have Josh Baumgart from MIASportsGuy.com. How you doing, Josh?
How's it going, Mike?
Going well. Thank you very much for being on the show. First question. No problem. Thank you. First question. Right now in the rest of the country, you got to be watching, you got to be reading the online articles. LeBron James is taking an absolute beating, public relations-wise. Right now in South Florida, I understand they're giddy because they right now have the newest super team, but are they concerned at all with how the perception of the Miami Heat and the perception of this team is going forward with how much of a beating LeBron James is taking publicly?
Honestly, not at all. I mean, we're welcoming the so-called villain with open arms. We've had a lot of mediocrity in sports the past few years. The Dolphins have been up and down, Marlins up and down. The Heat haven't won significantly since '06, but we're welcoming this guy with open arms. He's probably, undoubtedly the most talented guy in the NBA right now. How could we turn this guy down? It's pure positivity down here, and we're looking forward to battling for championships for the next 7 to 10 years or so.
Now, one thing that people kind of took a step back with was the fact that even with Bosh, Wade, and LeBron James, and when they all signed, they only had 4 guys on the roster. Now, word is Juwan Howard, maybe Fisher from the Lakers might be joining them. How's the rest of this team you feel going to shape up?
Well, the key is that all these guys have taken pretty big pay cuts. The 3 of them, Bosh, Wade, and James, left $50 million on the table, which is a bit of a shocker to me because there were 3 guys, superstar caliber, in their prime. There might be their last payday, and they're leaving this kind of change on the table. So they're allowing Miami and Pat Riley to go after some other guys and put some quality role players around them. I mean, the latest is Mike Miller is all but locked up, and Udonis Haslem's on the way. And today they're pursuing Derek Fisher pretty hard, trying to steal the Lakers' point guard and make him our starter ahead of Mario Chalmers.
Now, what else do you feel this team needs to add in order to make them what's your mind, the leader in the clubhouse for the NBA title?
Without a doubt, to me, it's size. Chris Bosh is a heck of a power forward, but he's anything but the big, strong, physical rebounder, defensive. He's not as physical as a guy like Kendrick Perkins, or even the Lakers would just manhandle them down low. We have a rookie, Dexter Pittman, who should come out down the road to be a solid player, but we need size, and we need it bad right now. They're looking to go after Big Z from Cleveland, possibly bring back Jamal McGlure just as a guy that's going to battle around, throw some elbows. But we really need size down low to really take the next step and be up there with the Lakers.
Now, one question, one guy that has been rumored is Shaq. Is there any chance that Shaq might join this team?
I don't see it happening. Shaq pretty much burned the bridge when he left here. And to me, although him with the big 3 is enticing and it sounds nice and it's kind of a sexy team you got right there, with Shaq going down as one of the most dominant ever. But I just don't see it. I think he's a risk. And his ego, I don't see Pat Riley and Spoelstra wanting to manage 4 guys like that, especially Shaq, who in the past has battled with his superstar teammates in Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade.
Now, a lot of people are talking about the genius of Pat Riley, putting this team together, putting them in the position to have the cap room to do it. Ultimately, is Pat Riley the coach of this team?
Not next year. I think it's similar to with Stan Van Gundy from 5 years ago. They brought in Shaq. They gave him a year. They didn't get it done. Now, Spoelstra is going to have the most pressure on him in arguably all of professional sports. If he doesn't get to the finals and probably win a title next year, I think there's a very good chance Pat comes down to the sideline again.
Now, normally when I think of Miami sports, I think football. Obviously with Danny Marino, local Pittsburgh guy, being the quarterback of the Dolphins, them being immensely popular, the first pro sports team down there. Miami Hurricanes, being the dominant college football team of the 80s and 90s. How does this position pro hoops now in Miami for the foreseeable future?
I mean, it's absolutely been a football town, but there's going to be a change because you just don't bring in 3 huge names like this. And, I mean, we've already sold out season tickets. within the first day of announcing LeBron, Bosh, and Wade coming back. So there's certainly going to be a shift. I don't think you're going to see any less people going to Dolphins games or Hurricanes games, but there's definitely a shift, and there's definitely going to be more of an emphasis on Heat basketball.